Hey, welcome to Binge Recaps. In 2005, Christopher Nolan took us to Gotham, a city drowning in darkness. He said, some people just want to watch the world burn, but today we're going to save those matches. Welcome to our channel, your daily destination for all things nerd. We're taking you back to the streets of Gotham, where we'll revisit the dark and gritty world of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. From the shadows of crime-ridden alleys to the soaring heights of epic showdowns, we'll be reliving the moments that made this trilogy a cinematic masterpiece. So, buckle up, grab your popcorn, and get ready for an unforgettable journey through Gotham. Before we dive into the darkness, let's talk about light. No, seriously. You need to check out our new podcast where we break down some of the biggest moments in SCIF. Every episode is like a nerdy dinner party with all the inside jokes and debates you love. Plus, there are special guests. Now back to the Batcave. This trilogy introduced us to Christian Bale as the Caped Crusader, Michael Caine as his loyal butler Alfred, and the late Heath Ledger as the iconic Joker. Over 3 films, they took us from the emergence of Batman to the battle against the Joker, and finally the return of the villainous Bane. So, let's take a trip down memory lane and see how each film holds up. Let's start at the beginning. Batman Begins. A young Bruce Wayne witnesses the murder of his parents and develops a crippling fear of bats. Trained by the League of Shadows, he returns home to fight crime as Batman and takes on Scarecrow and corruption in Gotham. The Dark Knight. Batman, Police Captain James Gordon, and District Attorney Harvey Dent form an uneasy alliance to take down the mob. But their efforts are overshadowed by the Joker, who throws Gotham into chaos. In a game of cat and mouse, Harvey is disfigured and becomes Two-Face while Batman takes the blame for Dent's crimes to preserve his legacy. The Dark Knight Rises. After 8 years, Bruce is still recovering from his injuries when the villain Bane arrives, breaking both Batman and Gotham. Bruce trains for months in a secret prison until he can reclaim his mantle and defeat Bane, but not before sacrificing himself. Now that we've got everyone up to speed, let's dive deeper into what makes this trilogy so great. Part 1. Batman Begins. In 2005, Batman Begins took us back to the origin story. We saw a young Bruce Wayne grappling with the trauma of his parents' murder and his paralyzing fear of bats. His journey of self-discovery led him to the Himalayas, where he trained under the League of Shadows, an ancient organization dedicated to eradicating all forms of corruption and injustice. We also met Rachel Dawes, Bruce's love interest who represented the unwavering hope in Gotham. Back in Gotham, we saw the emergence of Carmine Falcone, a powerful crime boss who played a pivotal role in shaping the city's underworld. As Bruce honed his skills and confronted his fears, he returned to Gotham, determined to transform it forever. With the help of Lucius Fox, Bruce developed cutting-edge gadgets and created the Batman persona, becoming a symbol of hope and justice. Meanwhile, Scarecrow, a psychopathic criminal mastermind, unleashed a deadly toxin upon the city. Working alongside Commissioner Gordon, Batman uncovered a conspiracy that reached the highest levels of power. Ultimately, Bruce was forced to make a heartbreaking choice between protecting the city and the woman he loved. The climax saw a showdown with the League of Shadows, where Bruce had to confront his own demons and choose between vengeance and justice. Part 2. The Dark Knight. In 2008, The Dark Knight arrived and introduced the legendary villain, the Joker. By now, Batman had established himself as a force to be reckoned with, instilling fear in criminals across Gotham. But no one could have anticipated the chaos that the Joker would unleash. In this installment, we see the rise of Harvey Dent, Gotham's White Knight, a charismatic district attorney who represented the city's desire for justice and order. The arrival of the Joker turned Gotham upside down, turning it into a war zone where criminals and cops were killed indiscriminately. With each passing moment, the Joker escalated his madness, targeting symbols of order and justice, pushing Gotham to the brink of total anarchy. Batman found himself in a race against time to stop the Joker's reign of terror. As the body count rose, so did the tension, keeping us on the edge of our seats wondering who would survive the Joker's twisted games. One of the most memorable moments was the confrontation between Batman and the Joker in the interrogation scene, with its intense dialogue and psychological depth. This scene showcased the brilliance of Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker and the dark turn the character had taken. Part 3. The Dark Knight Rises. In 2012, The Dark Knight Rises brought the trilogy to a dramatic close with the introduction of Bane, a ruthless mercenary who broke both Batman and Gotham. In this final chapter, we witness the toll that the previous battles have taken on Bruce Wayne, leaving him physically and emotionally drained. However, despite the odds stacked against him, Bruce refuses to give up. Bane's takeover of Gotham pushed the citizens to the brink of despair, forcing them to rely on Batman for salvation. As the city descended into chaos, Bane taunted Batman, enjoying every moment of it. He shattered the Batmobile, defeated Robin, and sent Alfred to the hospital. Bane even managed to capture Catwoman, briefly turning her against Batman. All seemed lost until Batman resurfaced after 8 years to save Gotham. With the help of Catwoman and the citizens of Gotham, Batman finally took Bane to his grave, but not without making the ultimate sacrifice. As the city celebrated their hero's return, it was later discovered that Batman had survived, leaving us with a sense of relief and closure. Why this trilogy matters? Batman's story has been told numerous times, but Nolan's trilogy elevated the superhero genre, proving that comic book movies could resonate with audiences on a deeper level. The trilogy delved into complex themes, exploring the fine line between good and evil, the burden of heroism, and the resilience of the human spirit. The characters were flawed, complex, and relatable. They faced internal struggles, made tough choices, and grappled with their own demons. This relatability made them come alive on the screen. Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker remains a standout performance in cinematic history. Ledger's research and dedication to the role resulted in a nuanced portrayal of a villain who was both terrifying and strangely charismatic. His untimely death added a tragic element to the film, making his performance all the more haunting. The trilogy's success paved the way for other superhero franchises, demonstrating that the stories could appeal to both fans of the genre and newcomers alike. Nolan's vision opened doors for more mature and thought-provoking content in superhero films. If you're a fan of the Dark Knight trilogy and want to keep the excitement going, check out our videos on the greatest villains in Batman history. You won't want to miss it. What do you think? Which character is your favorite? How many times have you watched the trilogy? And what do you think of Christian Bale's portrayal of Batman? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for more amazing content.